Hi Tracy. First of all, I just really want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to present myself to you and our Faceless crew community. I really appreciate that. So my name is Nathan. I like to think that I am a citizen of the world, but I stem from Johannesburg, South Africa. So I am basically a Joburg Butt in the wild. I've done multiple things in the past and it just never fit me, and I decided to switch it up, and yachting feels like it fits me perfectly. When I started showcasing my journey on TikTok, I mainly did it just to show more of a behind the scenes of what life is really like as a greenie stepping into the industry. Because prior to me doing that, I tried looking for resources online that could help me and prepare me as best as possible so I can hit the ground running once my job hunt starts. But in the process, I've created this awesome community with a lot of greenies that also look to me for advice and that I can share my experiences to. The reason I chose TikTok as the platform to host my journey initially was because I believe that TikTok's algorithm pushes you to a new audience, whereas other social media platforms don't necessarily push you that effectively to a newer audience. And I feel like my suspicion was correct because I've reached a very broad audience of green crew looking to step into the industry. It's very difficult for me to single out an experience as the most challenging. I do believe that the industry as a whole is very challenging, with factors like being far from home, being in a foreign country, or having the security that you're gonna get a job. I think that's the most challenging part, is the uncertainty that tries to seep in, but you always try to push it out because you need to stay positive and keep your mind healthy. Because I personally feel like if a recruiter sees you and you're low and you don't have your energy up, they're not going to want to hire you. So even though you're going through this wild period of uncertainty and everything feels like it's against you, you have to fake it until you make it. The feedback I've received from this TikTok journey is kind of like a double-edged sword. I've had people in the industry tell me that I'm wasting my time because captains and chief officers don't sit around on TikTok. I've met people that are chief officers that ask me, are you the guy on TikTok? So I need to take the criticism with a pinch of salt and also just formulate my own mindset and my own roadmap for where this is going. I think the best thing about this series is having other green crew reach out to me, ask me for advice, ask me how I've done things that I've shared on my TikTok, and it feels good to help fellow green crew that are trying to navigate this industry. Oh, thank you for that. When I started the series, I had no clear vision of what I wanted to do. I kind of took day one and I filmed the day in the lifestyle video, and it absolutely popped off. So I just stuck to that form of content. At the start of each day, I try and plan out a productive day that would be beneficial to both my job hunting process and my TikTok documentation process. I would say my social media platform has mainly helped me reach a broader audience and people that are in the industry. As for opportunities that have come from the TikTok, it wasn't until day 37 that someone from TikTok gave me 2 days of day work. This seasonal position that I currently have did not find me on TikTok. But besides those 2 days of day work, I've had multiple people reach out and say that they are fully crewed at the moment, but if they have a vacancy, they will let me know. And that is just as good as securing day work for me. This is such a tough question. I've had so many memorable moments throughout my journey, but if I had to single out one, I was doing day work at the Monaco Grand Prix for Motor Yacht Loon. And at the end of the race, all the yachts blow their horn for a prolonged period, and I was standing at a vantage point filming everything. And just as soon as I was done filming, I remember putting the camera down and I just started crying because I feel like I was so overwhelmed with emotion, just thinking, what has my life come to, and what is a guy like me doing in Monaco with the Monaco F1, filming for Motor Yacht Loon, which has always been a dream of mine. That moment was just a lot for me to take in. This is a very good question. I'm glad you asked it because I'm scared I give the impression that I'm here to make videos, not to work. But in reality, when I'm busy working, my peers know that I have this TikTok journey that I'm showing and they all support me in it. So while I'm busy, I would take my phone out, get a quick 5-second clip, and I'd put it back and I'd get back to work. Of course, work is the biggest responsibility, so I focus on getting that done, and then in my free time, I turn to TikTok. I think being consistent and being raw and being honest was a good strategy to build up an audience which actually had trust in me, because I wouldn't want to feed them something that's not true. My intention with the series is to show people what it's really like starting out in the yachting industry. Another tough question. I think the thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that I put myself out there so much. It isn't something that I would usually do. But I also remember a time in my life where I was really lost and I didn't know what to do or where to go. And I'm very proud of myself that I put myself in this situation where I feel like I belong and that it's meant for me. With my passion for filming and my love for yachting, it feels like it's the perfect combination, having the opportunity to do both. I feel like it's too soon to say where this will take me in the future, but for now, I'm here for the ride, and my main goal is to be as transparent as possible within the yachting industry to show people what it's really like and what it really takes to be a yachty. My advice would be to try and add more value to the program that you're going to join or the yacht that you're going to join. Have an extra skill, something that would be valuable to them, that would just make it more likely for them to hire you. Also, you have to stay positive, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to do thorough research so that you don't just form part of the crowd that go to Antibes and look for a job. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's exactly what I did. But from that, I've learned that you need to be unique and you need to stand out. On that note, again, Tracy, I really thank you for giving me this opportunity. And please excuse the way that I look. I've had a long day behind me, but I couldn't wait to get this out to you.